Did you have a contact, or what were we at?
No, we was our mission was to be cover for the engineers that was about to go up and lay some explosives on a load of Taliban trenches on one particular hill. What they could get really good eyes on us. So our mission was to stop them from getting the good eyes on us. So we went out to this one hill. It was about 6 or 7 k out. Laid the explosives, or the engineers laid the explosives, and on the way back in, we all went firm, all went down on one knee, and had a quick head count, and then watched the engineers blow up the hill, and then after they'd blown up the hill, all the dust settled and that, we all got told to move off one by one. We all moved off, and come to my turn, stood up, took about 5 or 6 steps, turned around and told my mate to let's go, and that was it. As I turned around, bang, and that is when I stepped on the mine. And
do you remember what happened at that moment?
Yeah, I remember I hit the floor. I remember just hitting the floor. I don't know how high up I went, but I just hit the floor, all on the right hand side of my body, and I landed head first. And everything just seemed in slow motion. Everything just seemed like it was just a shock. My whole body just went into shock, and at first my arms just gripped to my weapon, and my feet just, my legs just gripped, and they just stayed still. I thought I was paralysed at first and just couldn't move at all.
Did you realise you had stepped on a mine?
Yeah, I realised I stepped on a mine, but everybody else around me thought it was a mortar attack. They thought a mortar had just landed, but I knew it was a mine. Yeah, straight away. And
that's right. I was front of the platoon, and we could hear the bangs. We could hear all the explosives going on from the trenches, and we thought it was either one of those explosives or a mortar round coming in. We didn't realise it was a mine from that.
Oh, so you heard it?
We heard it. Yeah, I was in front of I was in that patrol as well, and I was at the front of I was leading off from the front, and we heard the bangs going off, but we just thought it was another explosive going off or a mortar round coming down from the enemy. Didn't realise it was another mine.
What were you thinking, Matt?
Can't really say, to be honest, but yeah, I just didn't want to come home. I was so gutted that I was going to be coming home. Once I was on the morphine and all that, I was even saying to Massage, I remember saying, just send me a foot out here. I was going, and I can carry on fighting, and just.
People here won't understand that.
No. 2 years constant training, and then only being out there for a month, you kind of feel a bit gutted, and you just feel, why couldn't I have been out there a bit longer? At least because I come out of basic training, and then as I moved into battalion, we just started picking up on Afghan training. So it's nearly 2 years constant training, and only being out there a month is just gutting, and you just feel like all that training just for a month. And
but you think, all right, that shit happens to you, and you think, I want to stay out there. I mean, can you explain why were you thinking that? Because people are just trying to get their heads around that.
Just what I joined up for. That's why it's always what I've wanted to do. Just fight for my country, do my bit for my country, and that. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. Like ever since I can ever remember. And I was never interested in school because I didn't mind what grades I got in school, because all I needed to do was just get into the infantry. So. Yeah, that's all I ever focused on. But now I regret it, because if I do have to find elsewhere, then.
You'll figure something out. Talk me about how you. Right, that mic, John. Talk me about how you brought to life 3 times. Just talk me through that.
I don't really remember it because I was on so much morphine, but it was what I got told by someone from the IRT, all the medics in the helicopter. I remember getting put into the back of the helicopter, and then the one bloke was over me, and he must have been putting me to sleep, and he was just saying, don't fight it, don't fight it. And then I could feel myself going to sleep, but I thought that was me dying. I thought that was me giving up, and I was just trying to stay alive, and I was trying to say to him, look, you don't understand, I'm dying. But it was just me going to sleep. But he was that's why he was saying don't fight it, and I remember waking up and sort of just trying to swing for him, but I was so weak, that I just couldn't, and I was moaning and groaning, and then he put me back to sleep again. Apparently one of the captains that was on board, he said that I died 3 times. Yeah, so and got brought back to life all 3 times, and so I'm so lucky to be here still.
How does that make you feel? I mean,
Just it opens your eyes a hell of a lot, because you just see yourself today and you think, if it wasn't for, I believe the like strong willpower and like just trying to believing in yourself really is half the battle, and that gets you through it a lot of the time. So
I guess you can relate to the same, can't you?
I can do, yeah, definitely.
Do you think people outside the battalion who haven't been in contact like this every day do you feel sort of...
you can't understand. You can't understand what you're actually going through unless you actually be yourself.
They understand up to the point of you getting injured, and then they understand what it's like, all of it. But then once you're actually injured, and once you're actually in the back of the helicopter, they don't know where it goes from there. They just see it. They just get told what happens, but they don't understand how it feels to be there.
Do you feel more? I'll ask you both this. Do you feel more disjointed from Civvy Street than before you went out because of what you've gone through? Do you know
when not saying that I want to get respect from everyone, but when you see people that are just blatantly ignoring you, not ignoring you, but blatantly like looking at you like because you're disabled and giving you the cold shoulder and not giving you the right attitude of approach, and it's like the other day I was out in the town and a car went past and all they were shouting out was cripple and spastic, and
but you wish you could have told them what happened.
And I was like, you don't even know what I've done. You don't know why I'm like this. And if they did, then I think they would have, well, said a lot of different things, to be honest. And it was annoying because I couldn't even chase after the car because my leg was hurting. So, yeah. And it was so, yeah, that was it then. That like ruined my day, basically. Really? Yeah, it was quite quiet as well down the street as well. So it was only me, and then one car went past and they just shouted out the window, cripple and spastic, and I went mad, but just couldn't move.
Does it get you down that people, you guys are bloody fought?
Yeah, I know.
It's making me angry now that someone said that to my mate, to be honest with you. I think that's just horrendous that people are thinking of people like that. They haven't got a clue what we've been through or anything. Yeah. No one should say something like that anyway, but...
Yeah, I know, you don't even say it to anyone that is disabled, do you? And like, to be honest, being at Headley Court now, and you see some of the blokes there, and you just realise how lucky am I. Do you know what I mean? There's some blokes there that are
badly brain damaged, sort of very.
And you just think, why can't they be as lucky as I am? Why can't they get another chance at it?
I know civilians that have been to Headley Court, and they get sort of upset about it because of the way some people are in there. What's happened to them? Some people lost both their legs and an arm as well, and
yeah, I mean, it just opens your eyes, just
looking at other people.
Because this is what you don't get told. Like you hear the deaths, and you'll hear 3 died and 6 injured, but you never hear the follow up of their injuries, and you never hear the road of recovery.
Has it changed your perspective on life?
Yeah. Where people think they've got life so hard, and they get upset about being late for work or not getting as much pay as they should have that month, and I just say like, or doing really long hours, and I just say to them, you try and work, I say you try and work 24/7 without a rest while you're on operational tour, because that's what you got to expect, the unexpected. You're on guard. You're on like watching out.
You're on guard 24/7, otherwise you might not come back.